I am Goose.
I'm Logan.
And we're at Bookhounds Book Warehouse.
Yeah.
So Logan had a rare day off today.
Yes.
And I was like, hey, what do you want to do today? He said,
We'll come to a little used bookstore that I'd heard about from a couple of my friends called Bookhounds Book Warehouse. And so here we are, going to take a look at whatever used books they have. Because I've been following on Instagram for a while. It looks like they got a nice little selection of contemporary and classic and movies and all sorts of stuff. So
yeah, right now we're on L Street, right near, I'm not even sure what cross street this is, but we're right near downtown. We're right near downtown, so we're gonna head on inside and see what we can find.
Let's go.
So we did the instructions. We'll walk through the gate, coming down the driveway. Here we go. Logan's already gotten a little bit ahead of me, so
yeah.
This is books, movies, and music go over here.
Huh.
Here he is.
Had some stuff set out outside. I know you're a big fan of memoirs.
Oh, I am.
On one for Sidney
Nice.
Poitier, a spiritual autobiography.
Nice.
Let's see what else they got out here.
The Prisoners of Hope. Story of our captivity and freedom in Afghanistan. It's interesting, but they don't necessarily have them in like any particular order here.
Holy Bible.
Here's one for me. Eat, fast, feast.
Eat, fast, feast.
I can certainly do the eat and the feast. I don't know if I can do the fast.
Yeah, fast and hard.
Oop, what did I run into?
Film Encyclopedia, the most comprehensive encyclopedia of world
So,
cinema.
they got books here on algebra and math School of Fear. That should be interesting. Looks like a little bit of what would you say, young adults or
Adult novels. Noel Coward.
Noel Coward, really?
President. Oh, it's an autobiography of Noel Coward. So I've seen Blithe Spirit. Saw a live production of that a couple years ago, and that's probably Noel Coward's most famous play.
Okay.
Haven't read any of his other stuff, but Blithe Spirit sure a great one.
Stay Mad for Life by Jim Cramer. Get rich, stay rich, make your kids even richer. And yet here, and yeah, I don't think he said anything right.
No. Yeah, Jim Cramer has a remarkably bad record. Yeah.
Yeah. A great personality, just
Not good fiction.
maybe he should be under science fiction.
Probably.
Okay. If this were true, use your brain to change your age. Secrets to look, feel, and think younger every day. You realize that don't work for me, right?
No. I mean, it could probably work for the, thinking.
That does not. Here's one thing I can tell you, and I learned this at Resmania. My brain thinks it can do things that my body sits there and says, "Stop!
Yeah.
You can't do that."
Like trying to go up the obstacle course.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we got more romance novels. I hear you make a killing in romance novels. There's some people.
Oh yeah, I know. There's one author who's written probably hundreds of romance novels. Can't remember her name off the top of my head, but maybe I'll think of it later.
There's one. Mailer. His Life and Times by Norman Mailer.
Huh. Classics.
It's interesting what you'll find, in some of these
Science fiction.
bookstores.
If it isn't yet, it
So-
will be soon.
So how did you find out about this place again?
I had a couple friends who told me about it, and then I've been following them on social media for a while, but I never come to actually check out the store.
Right.
So when we were looking for a place to come to do a video, I was like, oh, there's this bookstore I've been following. Why don't we actually go
there,
check it out?
Yeah.
So here we are at Bookhounds Bookstore.
Star Trek: The Next Generation reunion. Interesting. I'm not much of a Trekkie guy.
Yeah.
I like Star Trek. Here's one, Star Trek Federation. This one has Kirk and Picard on the cover.
Yeah, I've never gotten much into Star Trek myself.
I think it's I've watched it. It's really cool to watch. You know, it brings up some great things. I almost think I'm one of these guys, and I know this is something weird, but I'm kind of one of these guys. I almost think that Star Wars and Star Trek are maybe quite possibly in the same universe. I mean, if you really take a good look at it, but I can see how some people
would
would
probably hear that and say that's heresy.
That's heresy. I
Saying
know.
Star Trek and Star Wars take place in the same universe.
I know. But that's just me. Over here they got all the CDs.
Bonnie Raitt.
Oh, Neil Diamond.
Oh, nice. Was that a live concert?
Yeah. Hot August. It's funny because it's hot August night, and yet we're not even at August yet.
Nope.
But it's hot.
We're still 7th of July.
Yeah. Some pretty cool stuff here. All American Rejects, Motown 25th Anniversary Television Special,
John Mellencamp, George Michael, Faith.
Journey's Greatest Hits.
Nice. John Fogerty, The Judds. Huey Lewis in the News.
Which one?
Oh, there's Huey
Hard to
Lewis. And then Richard Marx, The Judds, John Fogerty.
Trisha Yearwood.
In Excess.
Oh wow! Here, hey. This one's Faith by George Michael.
Nice.
I think I have that somewhere.
Hooked on Classics. Is this the one where they do the disco versions of classic music?
I don't know.
Hooked on Tchaikovsky.
Sure looks like it.
I think it is. Remember, we were listening to the 80s on 8 the other day, and one of their tracks came on. I can't remember what. I think it was like a compilation of different classical tracks, all with a techno dance beat.
That was the thing in the 80s. It's like, let's put a big old techno dance beat to it, and then we're just gonna put a big old you know.
They wouldn't have to pay anybody rights.
That's
It's probably in the public domain. So
probably.
almost like
No.
I don't know. The
Here's,
State of Tchaikovsky's going to come out 200 years after his death. And
I want you to take a good look at this, because these are records.
Oh my goodness!
These are records. These are
Fossils.
what are considered 45s. Do you know why they're considered 45s?
No.
Because when you put them on the record player, they would rotate
45 rotations
a minute, which was a single. And then you have the albums, which are just over there to your right. Those would be 33.
Sheena Easton.
My
Morning
baby takes the morning train. He works from 9 till 5, and then.
I love that song.
But that's one of my favorite songs from the early 80s.
Oh yeah.
It's got such a catchy beat and everything.
And then one of my other favorite songs of hers is that James Bond song, For Your Eyes Only.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love that
That
one.
is. That's in a day when music was actually done by musicians.
Yeah. You got a whole collection of different Star Trek stuff.
Oh my gosh. They sure do.
Remember, they also have a series like that for Star Wars.
Yeah.
More Star Trek books. I don't know. Did somebody, I don't know, give up on Star Trek one day and just bring home a truckload of Star Trek books?
I think what happened was is that the person who had them was a big Star Trek fan, and when they sadly passed on, their estate donated the books, which is probably what, you know, best American short stories. Ooh.
Oh, they have in there. Someday.
What'd you find?
Yes, so as I was looking through the box, I found Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. Of course, a famously classic novel. And I was noting that, I don't know, anytime I go to a bookstore, I always find the classic literature, and I always buy it. I haven't gotten around to most of the books I've read. I'm working on that right now. I'm reading a couple books that I bought recently.
I'm still working on reading the books I bought recently.
Yeah, because when we were at the In Your Wildest Dreams the other day, I bought a couple classics. I bought The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway, Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw.
You're really into like the classic books, and I have to say that I'm the one that got you into the classic books.
Yes, and back in high school, the high school library had a lot of classic books in there, so I was reading stuff like Frankenstein, Dracula, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh yeah, those are some classic horror, classic horror.
Oh yeah,
horror books. Matter of fact, if you read the Frankenstein, it's like a tragic tale of love and everything. But yeah, this is pretty cool so far.
Shall we head inside?
Let's head inside because it's probably a lot cooler.
It's hot out here.
It's hot out here. Music and movies is this one over here. Grateful Dead. I got the Beatles, Rod Stewart, Rolling Stones,
Keith Richards.
I mean, Bruce Springsteen. Hollywood's down here. I can't get down there.
The history of stand-up.
Ooh.
From Mark Twain to Dave Chappelle. I think I'll get that. Recently just had a class on comedy up at BC.
Yeah.
And we had learned a little bit about stand-up. So.
There's a book down there about Ingmar Bergman.
Ingmar Bergman? Where?
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of Ingmar Bergman's work. I think the only one of his I've seen so far was The Seventh Seal. Yeah. And I watched that for Introduction to Film Studies, I think. And that one was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, you grabbed the wrong one.
Oh, yeah, Frank Langella. You know what Frank Langella is known for us?
What?
He played Skeletor.
Oh, that's right.
Got some more DVDs back here. Not DVDs, CDs. CDs back. These are DVDs over here. All the different movies. A to Z. So if you're looking for something, it's like this is basically how you find A to Z, which I think is probably the best way to find something. Book box sets over here. More stuff over here. The Great Siegfried. Now, while Logan is like really into like classic books, I'm into classic films. Bandwagon. Oh, there's something about classic film I love. You know, How to Marry a Millionaire. Oh my gosh. Marilyn Monroe, Eddie Grable, Laura Bacall. I like movies that were simpler to do, to make. Everything now is like so, it's all about the special effects and what we can do in post. And it's like they forget that you can do some great films without having to do a lot of special effects. I mean, but just, that's one of the reasons why I love some of the older films. And even some of the older special effects, I mean, were so simple back then. They were so, so much better. So much better.
It's just now there's the overabundance of CGI.
Yeah.
I don't know, it kind of takes away the heart of it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the effort that goes into practical effects. I mean, I know there's a lot of effort that goes into CGI as well, but I don't know, there's just, I don't know, more magic to when it's actually real and physical.
Right.
You know?
Let's see what else they got. Logan found some more classic books back here.
Oh yeah, I found one I'd been looking for, of Mice and Men.
Oh, really?
Remember, I read that back in high school, and I got some other books by Steinbeck, like Grapes of Wrath, East of Eden, The Red Pony. This is the one I've been looking for. And they got some other good stuff back here. They got Dracula, got some Henrik Ibsen up at the top.
Yep.
Let's see what else they got.
Henrik Ibsen is one of the best playwrights.
Mm-hmm. You got The Dollhouse, Hedda Gabler, and Enemy of the People.
Right. Oscar Wilde.
Ooh, Picture Dorian Gray.
Huh.
This is another one I read back in high school.
Good book.
Oh yeah.
That is creepy. This children's section over here. A lot of different children's books. I won't say children's books, but books that are like geared toward children, because I mean, if you look over here, they got books for your grades 2 to 3, second to third grade, all different kinds of, I mean, books here, book series, you know, you can get here. Nancy Drew, one of the first, you know, book series my sister got into. And then, you know, you got vintage kids books down here. And again, I think everything is kind of separated by author. Last name of the author, but you got some, you know, nice little kids section here. Let's see if I can go on the other side of this. They even give you the sale prices for July. Nice. That's some of the movies here. Kids movies. Mickey and the Beanstalk. I have not seen this one in a long time. Oh my gosh. Told you I was into classic films. This one is nice. One of the few Mickey Mouse films he was featured. It was a feature for him. Some young adult books here. Going by author. And again, some of them you can see a lot of more book series. More book series here. That's cool. So we've now made ourselves back outside from the warehouse.
Yes.
That's a pretty interesting place there. I
Yeah.
mean, they have some nice stuff, some nice good used books there.
Mm-hmm.
Not just used books, but you know, DVDs,
Movies,
CDs,
and all different sorts of books too.
all
Like they got
kinds of
nonfiction, cookbooks.
comic books.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good stuff you can find in there. You can find pretty much at any other bookstore. Just this one just happens to be a used bookstore.
Yeah.
It is on the corner. You were gonna say on the corner of
27th and L here in downtown Bakersfield.
You're right, and so and you might drive right by it if you're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't have too much signage other than this little sign right behind us.
Yeah.
So yeah, easy to drive right by it. So if you're coming, do make sure to use your GPS, otherwise you will miss it.
And then they're only open from when? What, 9 to 9?
Yeah, so their current hours, because of the excessive heat here in Bakersfield, are 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
You're right. So if you have a chance, come on down. I'm sure you'll find something. I know Logan found a few things he liked.
Yeah, I found a few things, a few classics, and then a couple non-fiction stuff.
Right. So Logan, if they want to check us out anywhere else, where would they go?
If you want to find all the links to our social media, you can find them at linktree/travelbynature, spelled the same way as our channel handle, and the number 8 TURE.
There you'll find our TikTok, our Instagram. You'll find our merch store.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll even find my my own website for my own stuff. So yeah, go to what is it again? Linktree.
Linktree/travelbynature.
If they want to help out the channel,
you can hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share to your friends.
yeah, share it to your friends. Leave us a comment. It makes us smile.
Yep.
And what else can you do?
If you really like our videos, you can join our channel. We can do that is on the homepage of our channel right next to the subscribe button. We have 3 tiers, one $4.99, one $7.99, and one $9.99. So if you love our content, you can help us out there.
And anything you donate to the channel goes right back to the channel.
Yep.
So from here near downtown Bakersfield on L Street, right near, what, 27th Street?
Yes, 27th and L Streets here in downtown Bakersfield.
Here, Bookhounds Book Warehouse. I am Goose.
I'm Logan.
This is Travel by Nature. Thank you for watching.